This is an excerpt from Radio Fremantle, 2012-18 December.
There's out at night and the teenager's not home and maybe your car's missing and you wonder what are they doing and are they going to be alive, and you start to worry. But the first job there is to feel your own body, feel your own self, and go, oh wow, okay, this worry, I'm the one that's worrying. This worry belongs to me. I need to breathe deep. I'm going to get overwhelmed and hysterical in a little bit. I breathe deep. I'm responsible for this worry that I'm doing. Breathe deep. And don't just hands off the controls. That might be too much. You might get flooded with emotions. But you breathe deep. You disengage a bit. Is there anything I can do about this right now? Write a little list. Well, I can call the police, report the car stolen. Do I want to do that or not? Okay, no, I'm not ready to do that yet. Is there anything else I can do right now? Yeah, find him and kill him. Ah! Okay, can I find him right now? No. Okay. Breathe deep. Somebody said the opposite of that level of losing control and feeling reality is, how was it said? That losing control of feeling reality is like a ruthless logic, and in the present logic. Is there anything that I need to do right now? No. Okay. I can't do anything right now. I need to breathe deep. My job right now, what is my job right now? It's not to go crazy. I'm worried. I'm tense. I'm afraid for my teenager's life. My job right now is not to go crazy. So identifying, and over the holiday season, you might want to do this a lot, and identifying what's your job right now. What is it? What's that job right now? And let yourself pay attention to that, and not what she was talking about, not jump further than you can, not dive off of a deep diving board when you don't know how to swim. Pay attention. Where am I at? What's going on? What do I need to do right now? And one thing that you can, for a little cue, when you feel like a victim, it means you're out of control. It means you're on the wrong track. So if you feel like a victim, you're on the wrong track. This is 10:15 on this partly cloudy day. When we're suffering like that, I love that story about the teenage girl. Here's her daughter, and her daughter is just out of control. And the mother is suffering intensely, trying to make some kind of life that's good for her daughter, and it's not working. And when we're doing that, we don't think we're in our ego self. That's why it's a little trick that whenever you feel like a victim, you're in your ego self, you're in your small self. Because when you're not managing at all, and you're trying to manage. One of my clients has his shop and it keeps losing money, and he freaks out and he's having anxiety, and he's trying to get the shop to be a certain way. It gets you anxious. It gets you stressed. When we're in our little self like that, we don't think we're in our ego. We don't think we're inflating. We think, I don't know what we think. We're really busy. But once you realize, I can't do this. I'm not doing this. It's not working. And the little paradox that happens, I can't do this, it's not working, and surrendering to the fact that I can't do this, it's not working, is actually what gives you the strength. It gives you the strength to be able to make it work. Not make it work, but to enforce the boundaries you need to enforce, to do what you need to do to take care of the shop. I can't do this. I can't manage this shop. I can't do this. I can't try to micromanage. It's not working. And just from there, from it not working, doing whatever you need to do. And it's a more, well, you're not so tight when you're there. And that's what we've been talking about all day. Where is the identity? Is the identity in that little self that's trying to live this life, or is it in the self that's part of everything? And I think it goes back and forth. When you're happy and you're walking on the beach and you're just present and you're having that moment, you're not in that little self. Okay, I wanted to share with you that fits into this whole theme. What other critical steps in separating from abuse? You might say, wow, what's abuse have to do with everything we've been talking about today? But it's interesting to get out from under the power of abuse in your history. You actually have to do some really spiritual things for abuse not to run your life, for abuse not to colonize you, for abuse and your conditioning not to determine your decisions and what you decide to be and how you decide to be. So, okay, I would say the first critical step would be to have a revolution and uncolonize your body, your beliefs. Okay, so your body. What do you have to do to uncolonize your body? You have to be in it. That's a bit of jargon, but we'll go on and see if you can understand it. You have to be in your body. You have to befriend your body. Learning to take care of your health. Dressing appropriately from yourself to please yourself. You need to unobject your body to yourself. To notice inside yourself what foods make you sick. What foods does your body actually like? And you need to let yourself eat from that knowledge, from that intellect, to eat from the inside. Movement. You need to find your own pace from your own voice inside. Resting and speed, alone and people. Limits. You need to be able to see what is good for you and to act on it. If you've been abused, which a lot of people have, you don't really know how to see what's good for you. And you certainly don't know how to act on what's good for you. You kind of know what's good for you, but you don't take it seriously. It's as if it's out there in the ether somewhere. You don't know how to act on what's good for you. A woman I'm working with now said to me, this relationship I'm in is not wholesome for me. It's not good for me. And I'm just stuck in it. I'm in it. And I know it is not good for me, and it hasn't been good for me in a long time. And it's not his fault at all. He's his own person doing his own life, and maybe the relationship's even working for him, but it's not good for me. And then we're just incapable to do any action around that often. Okay, to be able to see what is good for you and to act on it. To not make everyone the enemy, but to set limits on their behavior towards you or your behavior towards them. No, I can't do that now. I'm tired. No, I can't talk now. And not make them the enemy for wanting to talk to you or wanting to have things from you. But they're your friend. And being your friend, you can still take care of yourself. So that's another one where if we're making people the enemy and we're making ourselves a victim, something's really wrong. It's about letting yourself make limits, letting yourself take care of yourself without making everybody else the enemy. No self-sacrificing. If you want to uncolonize your being from abuse, no self-sacrificing. Because if you're an abused kid, your whole life feels like a sacrifice. You can be in touch with the context and do what is needed, but from a rightness, not from a self-sacrifice. You still can do what the family needs, not what you need. But from a rightness, it's a rightness and you really want to do what the family needs. It's not a self-sacrifice. I remember when my son was going to rugby, and I felt like I was sacrificing going to yoga at the same time in order to take him for rugby, and that he owed me because I was sacrificing myself. So that's sacrifice, and that has to be not okay if you're getting out of abuse, because then you're just making your kid your perpetrator. So you need to say, okay, what do I really want to do? All right, I want to do what's right for him and what's right for me. Is there a way I can do that? Is there a way I can have somebody else pick him up or take him to rugby and I can pick him up? How can I do that? Okay, anticipating what you may need to support yourself when you're making plans. If you've been abused, you really don't know how to anticipate what you might need to support yourself. And so a lot of people that have been abused can't really make good plans. Or they're the opposite, and they make over meticulous plans that don't have any spontaneity in them. Every single minute is taken care of. But anticipating what you might need to support yourself when making plans, or anticipating what is actually good for you, what is actually wholesome for you. What are you going to need if you take this trip? What kind of support do you need? Do you need to stay in a nice hotel? Can you stay in the backpackers? Do you need to rent a car?